My name is Amber Thompson and I am an independent consultant for Jamberry. Tonight I want to kind of give you a tutorial of putting the nails on, as well as kind of do a theirs versus ours review. This will be the first in a series of 2 videos for this particular review. I'm going to do one today, and then I'll do another one in about a week just to see how ours holds up to theirs, or theirs holds up to ours, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm going to try to do a few of these over the next few weeks. So what you're going to need to do ours is a buffer. If you have, this is one of ours that I love, but if you have something like this or whichever one you have, that's fine. You need a nail file. You're going to need an orange stick or a cuticle pusher. I'm going to be using this one just for the sake of someone gave me this and I love it. But any sort of cuticle pusher that you have will work. And then you're also going to need some either rubbing alcohol, alcohol swabs, alcohol wipes, or we actually sell nail prep wipes as well. You're also going to need some sort of cloth. Now you can use toilet paper or cotton balls, but you have to be very careful to be sure that none of the red, like, you don't want to get any kind of paper or anything on your nail before you put the wraps on. So for ours, let's see, first off you need to figure out which nail fits. Now this is the set that I'm doing. It's very pretty. This is actually our Now I Can wraps. It's actually not available anymore, so it's very pretty. That's why I'm using it, because I love it so much. So I want to do, let's do my ring finger first. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the wraps and you hold them over your fingers and just kind of get an idea of which one fits best size wise. And it's always better to have them have a little bit of nail showing on either side than to have them touching, because you do not want the wrap to touch your skin or your cuticle whatsoever, because the oils from your hand will cause the wraps to peel. So you're going to size that, and you also need a pair of scissors. You can have these kind of scissors or full scissor, whichever. You cut out whichever one you decided to fit. Some people cut them in half. I prefer to see how much of it I actually need and go from there. Less excess, less waste, and then you can use more of it than you would be in other cases. So you cut this. Now before you go to put it on, you need to wash your hands. I like to use dish detergent of some sort. I use the Dial or Dawn, whichever, just to kind of make sure there's no oil from your hands on your nails. You wash your nails, or your hands and your nails, very well to be sure there's none of that. Then you're going to take either your nail prep wipe or your rubbing alcohol, or whichever you have, just whatever you have on hand. You don't have to go out and buy anything special. And you are going to clean your nail yet again. It's very important that your nail be really, really, really clean, because any kind of dust or oil or anything underneath the wrap is going to prevent it from adhering properly to your nail. So that's done. Then you're going to take your buffer. You're going to buff it and buff it. Sing a little song. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. 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 Usually doesn't take that long. I like to make sure mine are super smooth. Then I like to just do another once over with the alcohol solution, whichever way you're doing it, just to be certain there's no anything from where I buffed. Then you can either use a hairdryer, which works perfectly fine, or we sell these nifty little things. As you can see, my daughter decided she wanted to paint mine. These are our mini heaters. They work amazingly. It has its own little stand and all. And as you can hear, it's extremely quiet. I can actually do my nails in my kids' room while they're sleeping and not have to worry about waking them up. How awesome is that? But anyway, moving on. You're going to take the wrap that you have trimmed and cut to fit whichever nail. You don't want to use the tips of your fingers if you can avoid it, because like I said, the oil from your hands doesn't go so well with the wraps. So you can either take tweezers or your orange stick or your cuticle pusher. And now you're actually supposed to push your cuticles down, but as you can see, my cuticles are pretty much non-existent. So that I don't have to worry about. You peel it off, and then you hold it in front of the heater. Some of the wraps will take longer than others. This is actually one of our metallic sets, so the time frame on it's a little bit different. You want to wait until it curls and it's nice and warm and soft and flexible. And you put it on your nail just close enough to the cuticle or the nail beds without touching it. Then you push down and to either side, making sure you do not touch the sides of your finger with it whatsoever. You just keep pushing it down, applying as much pressure. Our wraps are vinyl and they are heat and pressure activated, so that's what gives you a good seal on your nail, and that's what makes them last so long. So you just want to keep heating it up a little bit and pushing it down and heating a little bit more and pushing it down. Let's see, it's on there, nice and pretty and shiny. And once it cools, you're going to take your nail file. Make sure it's cool, because otherwise it won't work as well and it'll just make your life more difficult. Excuse me. You take your nail file. Now some people will actually use nail clippers and they'll clip it off first, but since I trim mine to just about the right size that I need, I don't have to worry about that. Once it's cool, take your nail file and at a 90-degree, just file downward across your nail. And it stuck to my finger. And you just keep filing it until it's nice and smooth. And there you have it. That is one of ours. Isn't it pretty? Ours last, strictly speaking, we say they last up to 2 weeks. But the set that I just had on, that I took off, they looked like these. They were really pretty and they had daisies on them. I had those on for just over 2 weeks, and I could have gotten away with at least another week out of those. That's how great they are. And I have 2 small kids. I do dishes, I do laundry, I get baths, I do hair, I do all kinds of stuff, not to mention that I play guitar, and they last a long time, even on my nails. So if they can last for me, they can last for you. They're also 5 free. The 5 most toxic chemicals that are found in most nail polishes are not in our lacquer, our gel kits, or our nail wraps, which is amazing. They don't have a smell to them. They have no dry time. If my kids were to wake up right now and one of them needed a diaper change, I could go in there, change their diaper, get them back to bed, and not have to worry about redoing what I've already done. But, moving on. This is one of our competitors. Now these, I'm doing this as I'm showing you, so I'm not really sure how this works. These are coconut nail art. And it's sealed, so I'm going to use these to open it. This pack costs $4.95 plus tax and all that. And they are 100% real polish. So again, they're polished. They're not vinyl like ours. It comes with 12 strips. So I guess, okay, it's 12 strips. I guess that's enough to do your nails once. And having a little bit extra. So I guess for these you might want to just use them as an accent nail. Let's see. So it comes just like this. And you see ours come in this little pack. And this is actually a half sheet. When you order this, it comes double this amount. So it's enough to do your nails 4 times. Or if you want to do a pedicure, there's enough to do 2 manicures, 2 pedicures, and have accent nails left over. Now if you trim them just right, a lot of people can get even more out of that, making it even more cost effective. Ours cost $15 for right around, let's say, 4 manicures. This is $5 for 1. So I would say that ours are the better deal, but I haven't tried these yet, so we'll see. Okay, so first off, let's read the directions. Clean nails before any application. To remove oils or lotions, remove the clear cover, peel the polished strip, tear the silver tab and select end, apply to nail and gently stretch it to fit, file the excess, and remove with nail polish remover. Use immediately after opening. So in other words, whatever I don't use right now gets thrown in the trash. That's kind of wasteful to me, but we'll see. Maybe it's worth it. Ours, they don't expire, really. They have a huge shelf life, and by the time they wouldn't work, you've already used them. So, and I've never known anyone to pull a Jamberry set out of the drawer that's been in there for 2 years and not be able to use those still, and they work perfectly fine. So, anyway, let's open this up. Yeah, that didn't work, so I gotta cut that too. I'm curious to see if these have a smell to them. I'm hoping not, because I don't like things that smell very much, being as pregnant as I am. Oh yes, these definitely smell. Yeah, they smell like nail polish, which I guess makes sense since they are nail polish, but they're very strong smelling as well. Wow. Okay, so let's figure out which one's gonna fit. Let's do it on my middle finger. So we'll go, I guess we'll go with that one. Seems like it fits pretty well. So do you cut it in half? Apparently not. Okay, so apparently you're supposed to just take it apart right here. Let's clean my nail first. Gonna go through their process just like they say to make sure that I'm doing it right, because I would hate to give an unfair review because I've done something wrong. So we're gonna take this, wash, dry. Let's buff this one too, just to be extra sure I'm fair. And clean this one. Just make sure it's dry it on the same cloth so it doesn't get anything. Okay, see? Perfectly clean. Now we take off the clear cover. Off my finger. Peel, polish strip. flimsy. Kind of hard to do like you're supposed to, I guess. And then apply to nail. Stretch to fit. Guess that has a pretty good fit to it. Oh wow, it just kind of ripped off in my hand, so I guess that's less for me to trim off. And that's pretty much wasted right there. I guess in theory I could, see, we'll put that back on the, well, no, because it's already got my nail stuff on it. So push that down a little bit, and it says to file. So I will file. Try to do just like we do ours, since it's, I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so there's theirs. It's pretty, I guess. It's fairly simple. Not hard to put on. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that you waste so much doing it the way that they tell you to do it. And you have to use it or toss it, pretty much. So I guess if you buy this, you need to have somebody over that can use an accent nail, maybe? I guess. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do them on both hands, just not in the video. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm also going to toss in our lacquer versus a competitor's lacquer. This is Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails Extreme Wear. So I'm gonna do these two. I won't do them in the video because that'll just take forever. But I will tell you that our nail polish dries in usually under a minute. And I do multiple coats just to give it extra strength. I'm going to do 4 coats and 4 coats just to be even. Plus I like a really thick coat on my nails because it just looks better. Same thing with this. I'm not sure how this drying time is. I'll let y'all know in the section that tells about the video. Not sure the smell. I've never actually used this brand before. Not sure exactly how much this costs, but I'll get back to y'all with that one. Our lacquer is the same price as our wraps, $15. But I've had this bottle. I've used this bottle. I've done my nails probably 7 or 8 times with this bottle, fingers and toes. And as you can see, there's very little bit gone out of here. It's probably right there. So I've got a lot of use left in this. Plus, it lasts longer. And just like our wraps, it's 5-free, it's non-toxic. All of our stuff is actually gluten-free and vegan too. So we cover all of our bases. But yeah. So I'm going to finish up my nails. I'll post pictures of my finished nails. I'm also going to come back in about a week and do a video talking about how well each thing held up to my everyday life. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm not going to be any easier on their nails versus our nails because I want to be fair. I'll also be posting pictures on my business Instagram page, which if you have an Instagram, feel free to head over and follow me. My username on there is Amber's Jamberry Nail Wraps. I also have a Facebook page that you can feel free to head over and like and keep up with all that I'm doing. It's the same thing. It's www.facebook.com/Amber's Jamberry Nail Wraps. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in about a week. Have a great night.